friends, so I've been meaning to make this video for a while, but I thought it would be kind of fun to kind of give you guys kind of one of my goals this year, I guess, for 2021. Since we are done having kids, I wanted to basically get back into a healthier mindset, lose some weight, because Lord knows girls gotta lose some weight. And so I wanted to talk to you guys about something that we started doing we started in late January. And I kind of wanted to give you like a month out of like what has happened in the last month. So I don't really talk about it much, but we have some kids with one has a kind of more serious medical issue, and then one has kind of a less serious like sensory processing issue. And I wanted to give one of the things that we decided to do after we had a particularly scary issue with one of our kids was we decided to start cutting back on our sugar. So there's a lot of diets that people recommend for healthy living, gluten-free, keto, all these different things. But we thought that, like, number one, we're normal people, and it's really hard to completely overhaul our entire diet. But we thought the one culprit that seems to be kind of the most prevalent in our society and in our family was we loved sugar. And of course, right after Christmas, I mean, gosh, and it's hard too with, you're not going anywhere in the lockdown. So you bake all these Christmas cookies and you're not taking them anywhere. So you're eating them all. And so we decided to start cutting back on sugar and just kind of see what it would do for our family. So what we did is we actually started watching on Amazon Prime. Don't mind my kids are playing. I promise they're okay. On Amazon Prime, there was like a couple documentaries. One was like that sugar movie or that sugar film. And then there was Food is Medicine, I think. And I feel like there was a third one, but I can't remember it. But basically we watched a bunch of different documentaries on basically how sugar is just really bad for you, to kind of help get us motivated, because we all love sugar, to try to cut back on it out of our diet. I mean, the first thing that I found shocking, and I think my husband found more shocking, because I've already kind of like done a lot of like diets and stuff. Unfortunately, I've dieted probably more than obviously I've dieted a lot in my life. And so I knew kind of some of the information, but my husband really didn't. And his mind was blown whenever they talk about men are only supposed to have like 36 grams of sugar a day and women are only supposed to have like 24 grams. And heck, I don't even know how much kids are supposed to have. But like one of the things that we found shocking is we would get the kids, our school was giving out, like free lunches. And so we did that for a little while because, why not? And especially with like the stress of COVID and stuff, it was nice to like not have to worry about feeding our kids. But we went through and like calculated all the sugar in like because they give you a breakfast and a lunch, and it was ridiculously high. So we decided to cut out as much sugar as we could. I mean, we still do like fruits, and we still do like anything like super natural. So I found myself like going to our grocery outlet, and they have like a natural food section, and finding things. Like our goal was to try to stay under like 10 grams of sugar per serving or per like item. And like even granola bars, that's really hard to do. So basically the first week or two, we were all pretty cranky. I mean, it's hard. Like your body is so primed to want sugar. And I guess supposedly it's like a survival instinct from like eons ago, where, because sugar's quick energy. So like when you would find it, like you would eat a lot of it to try to get that quick energy, I guess. So it's like our bodies are like primed to want sugar. And it was like, I'd say the first week was probably pretty rough. And it's funny because when you kind of detox from sugar, you're like totally like emotional, cranky. And when you have a whole family like that, it was a little bit rough, but we made it through. So here we are about a month out. And so one of the things that I've noticed, now I will say, I did not really do portion control or anything. I just said I can eat it if it doesn't have a lot of sugar in it, because I feel like for me, like all or nothing is really like, it's really dangerous, because I unfortunately have like, not binge really, but like I'll do really good for a few days and then I'll just like fall off the wagon. So I found out I did not really fall off the wagon. We had a few times where maybe we ate more sugar than we should have, but I was actually shocked at how much like I improved. And number one, I noticed, like my husband and I both noticed, is we both lost weight. I lost about 7 pounds and he lost about 10, maybe a little bit more. And it was like, and it's kind of nice. So I finally made it to pre-pregnancy weight. I weigh now what I weighed before I found out I was pregnant with our youngest. So that's exciting. It's still my highest weight ever, but I'm making progress. And it was kind of funny because it felt very effortless. And if you are like me and have struggled with dieting and regaining weight pretty much since you become an adult, I would say like it was amazing how effortless it felt. Now, of course, I've kind of stalled out a little bit, but I'm hoping to maybe build in more exercise and kind of get the scale moving more, because now I'm kind of on to my next goal. So, number one, we lost weight. Number two, I did feel like our sleep got a lot better. Like my husband and I both would have trouble falling asleep at night, him worse than me. But like, like we'd be up and he would just be up staring at the ceiling for like hours. And, and he needs to sleep because he works a fairly intense job and he needs to be able to focus on it. And so he said that his sleep got way better and he felt more rested in the morning. He was able to fall asleep faster. He wasn't waking up as often. And it's kind of funny because he didn't really notice it at first, but he noticed it more like when we had a night where we had more sugar. So like a few days ago, we went out on a date and, we had dessert because why not? But he was up like all night. And so he's like, it's amazing. You don't always notice it when when you're not eating it, but you do notice it more when you have eaten it and it gives you negative effects. And I would say the third thing on our kids' behavior. So we have one kid that's quite intense, and I would say her behavior improved dramatically. I mean, I feel like, she still gets into these moods where I call it spiraling, where she just gets like upset and she doesn't know how to calm herself down. But I felt like, me being able to talk to her and reason with her, like even last night we had a bit of a tough, and it was like, she got mad, she started yelling, and I'm all like, no, we need to stop. And I was actually not on with her behavior, but with me too. Felt like I was able to like keep my cool a lot better and talk to her and not be, because sometimes I fly off the handle. Let's be honest, real life here. And so I have noticed behaviorally her and even me have like been less just, unpredictable, crazy, whatever, like, I don't know, like moody, I guess. And so that was amazing. So, and I would say the third biggest thing is we don't notice it so much when they're not having sugar, but we did notice the negative behaviors come back, like they've had sugar last night. And so we did notice the negative behaviors come back after they would have sugar. So I hope this was helpful. The biggest thing for us too is we did a lot of we didn't do a ton of sugar-free stuff, but we do have few sugar-free drinks that we've been having, like Crystal Light and stuff, to kind of give you that sweetness. We do fruit. So, and we even made ice cream using just frozen strawberries and frozen bananas and I think a little bit of cream, and it was delicious. So we found ways to get some sweet treats, but without being so much sugar, or the sugar not having any because with fruit, the sugar has fiber to go with it. So it tends to not affect you as much. So I hope that was helpful. We are so hoping to kind of keep going with this. I'm kind of hoping a spring, because we were kind of stuck in the house for a few days because we got snowed in as well. So I'm hoping as spring comes, we can get out, and I'm hoping to see more progress in my weight loss and see more progress in my kids' behavior. But I just want to give you guys kind of real life what it's like when you cut out sugar for a month, because I honestly think it's been great. So I hope that was helpful. And if you guys have any questions or you need any recipe ideas, leave them below. I will gladly get back to you, because I know sometimes it's hard getting started with something, and if you have somebody that kind of knows and kind of help support you, it's always helpful. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all next time.